Hello. Welcome to our sort of weekly programming breakdown. The intent of this sort of new video series is going to be to give the athletes a little bit of information just pertaining to that upcoming week, as well as to talk about sort of where we're at in our cycle. We typically program here in 6-week cycles, and so I really want to give us an opportunity to just take a look very quickly at what's going to be coming up over the next 6 weeks. So our next 6-week cycle is going to go from August 24th all the way to October 2nd. All right, and in week 1, which is our next week, we're really going to be moving back into what we might consider sort of traditional strength and conditioning, which is going to pair some sort of a strength or sort of barbell work with some sort of a conditioning workout. Okay, so all of these are going to be sort of 2-part workouts. But instead of sort of double strength or strength in midline madness, we're now really going to sort of ramp up the Metcons. All right. So the focus of this week, okay, movements are going to be very simple. All right, they're going to be light loaded, so you see a lot of body weight stuff in there. But what we're going to be looking for is consistent output at about 80% effort for the entirety of the time that you're working. Okay, workouts are going to be in the 15 to 18 minute time range, and that's with the exception of Friday, which is going to be just a little bit longer to sort of boost that conditioning base. All right. In terms of this first week as well, so the structure that I'm about to describe is effectively going to sort of persist throughout the 6th week, although obviously within each week there is going to be a specific focus for that week, especially with the conditioning workouts, and there's going to be a theme. All right, and the theme this week is animal idioms. Okay, so idioms are just sort of like sayings, colloquial sayings. Ants in my pants, perfect example. All right, so each Metcon is going to have a name. It's going to be a great time. So here's what you can sort of expect. I've actually filmed this video probably 6 times now, which explains why the first half of this board is gone, because this is sort of representative of where I finished the last video. It was way too long. All right, so we're going to cut it down. So things that you are going to see during this 6-week cycle, we are going to have sort of on, not necessarily on alternating days, but sort of in equal numbers across the 6-week cycles. We're going to have rig Metcons, all right, where we are just working with movements that utilize the rig, obviously taking into account all the safety sort of protocols. So we're basically just going to be sort of working out in one single spot, but we will have access to the rig. We're going to pair that with some sort of floor strength. We're going to have a barbell complex that we're going to feature each week. We're going to have an upper body strength movement. You can probably check sugar wad. I obviously just gave it away. It's going to be a pressing movement. We're going to have a lower body hypertrophy, which we're going to pair with that pressing movement on those strength days. We're also going to have floor Metcons. Okay, so sometimes the strength that what I just described, that would be happening in the rig room, where there's going to be sort of a conditioning workout going on the floor. Okay. We're still going to have functional bodybuilding. It's going to be specific to the strength work that we're doing, right? So you're going to see, functional bodybuilding that's going to work the ancillary shoulder muscles, and maybe some sort of lower body, supplemental work to pair with that hypertrophy that we're doing in the lower body. And then we're going to have Metcons on the floor. Okay, so some days on the rig, other days on the floor, sort of depending on what we're pairing with. Again, 15 to 18 minute time domain, primarily AMRAPs, right? Meaning that it's like 15 minutes for time or 17 minutes for time. Goal is to move consistently throughout whatever the program time domain is. Exception from that 15 to 18 minute parameter is going to be Fridays, longer Metcon on Fridays, think hero wads, think 30 minutes plus. And then we're also going to still feature our gymnastics in the form of midline madness and our gymnastic strength, okay? So really, I think this is what people, have been pining for, right? Is that a sort of a return to what we, traditionally sort of consider, the strength and conditioning that we're accustomed to here at EC Fit. And we're there, right? The last 6 weeks was to build up to this. And so next 6 weeks, August 24th to October 2nd, will feature only that sort of in different iterations, but those are going to be the sort of things that we're going to be grabbing from. You're going to see some sort of a strength or accessory lift movement paired with a Metcon pretty much every single day. Okay, so no more double strength days, no more strength plus midline madness. We're really going to ramp up that conditioning piece. All right. If you need to get in touch with me, have questions about anything at all, programming, or just really anything else, rationale, philosophy, the way that I think about all this stuff, Cell phone number here, 508-259-3170. Email, lastname.firstname@gmail.com. All right. Enjoy this week and the next 6 weeks, and let me know if you have questions along the way. Take care.